Now, Cal is offering his view about the future of pro and college basketball. With all that's going on with the FBI, he says if the NBA is going to push high school kids to the G League, which will happen if they take away the one and done, then they should have a way to come back to school. Cal tells ESPN the league should allow those players who haven't succeeded in the D League to come back to college basketball and for the league to pay for 8 semesters of education. He says players could sit out the first year to prove their commitment to college. But, Perrin, do you think Cal's idea of allowing G League players who went too early to go to college is a good one?
I think it's a good thing in terms of saving young people to set them up for success later in life. So I get where he's going with that aspect. But at the same time, I don't think you can do that because once you're pro, you're pro. And after that, you know, people go pro all the time in tennis and golf, and it doesn't work out for them. So there are parts of me, there's too much gray area in this, and there has to be some more rules established.
Well, here's my question. Do you think anybody would do it? I mean, like let's say you're a kid right out of high school, and you go to the G League and it doesn't work out. Right. After 2 years, you're gone. You could still go play basketball overseas. Do you think very many of those kids will decide to come to college, or will they just go, well, I'll try it overseas?
I think you should be able to go back to college.
But do you think anybody would?
I think they would because the exposure will be better for them from an agent standpoint because they'll have an agent already. But at the same time, I don't think it's fair because you kind of got the cheat code to come back to college.
But what's wrong with, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're doing this for the kids, like, who cares about fair in some ways? Like, ultimately, the goal here of having college basketball is to make kids' lives better. I think right now, the way it's set up, if they screw up, they're just screwed. Why not give them a chance? I'm for it. Now, I just don't know if anybody will do it because I think it's very hard. When you said that people see you as a pro, then to go back, that's a big ego hit. I'm just not sure how many will do it. Now to Kentucky football. ESPN's come out with predictions for the team as we go to the second half of the season. The match predictor favors Kentucky to win 4 of the next 6, starting with Vandy right through Louisville. It does say, however, only a 40% chance at Missouri and only an 18% chance against Georgia. I think that's low. But meanwhile, the accolades for Kentucky's achievement so far continue to roll in. The Athletic named Mark Stoops National Midseason Coach of the Year, and he's on the Bear Bryant Coach of the Year watch list. And AP named Josh Allen First Team Midseason All-American and Benny Snell Second Team Midseason All-American. Perrin, we're not used to these accolades for Kentucky players and coaches. What do you make of it?
Well, I like Josh Allen because he's related to Misha Hines Allen, who played at Louisville. So I get the Louisville connection. I'll give a little credit, give a little love. But the main thing I've seen about this team, like they took their lumps the last 2 years, and now they're seeing their results right now. So I know fans are really happy with that, and the sky's the limit for them. But that Missouri game's a trap game. You got to watch that Missouri game. I'm telling you.
I don't think it's a trap game. I think it's hard. I mean, I think look, I think they'll beat Vandy. And I think everybody knows what the Georgia game's about. But that Missouri game, in many ways, will kind of decide whether this is just a really good year or a special year. You beat Missouri, it's a special year. If you lose to Missouri, you still have a really good year, but it's not quite the same. I'll also note Tennessee's better. Middle Tennessee's bad. Louisville's awful. But those games, that Missouri and Tennessee game, are tougher than maybe they looked, Perrin, just a few weeks ago. Now, switching gears to politics, Matt Bevin has offered a response to critics of the video he recently released on social media. Now, here's another look at it if you forgot what it was like.
Get it done. That's what we're talking about.
You know, we showed you this on Monday. It's ridiculous looking. And Bevin put together this bizarre video, had him using a grenade launcher, throwing bombs, and then this stupid smoke bomb shot with his cabinet to show the parts of government he claims to have eliminated. The governor then returned to social media to say people who didn't like it were, quote, whiners. Take a listen.
What's interesting is the people whining, people like Congressman Yarmouth, people who are just shocked and amazed at this type of a video coming from anybody in government. I would imagine he is somebody who is part of the party that wastes billions and billions of dollars on a regular basis in Washington, D.C. I would imagine the idea of blowing up red tape and corruption is shocking to him. But I will say this, we're going to keep doing it.
Now, Matt Bevin acts like the reason we're upset is that. I just thought it was lame. He also defended his decision to use the official governor's account to campaign for Andy Barr, which actually breaks the law, and he's since pulled it down. Let's start with the video. I wasn't offended by the video. I just thought it was dorky. What about you?
It was corny. It was like a bad Chuck Norris film. But the worst part about it is, I feel like I don't know what was the thought process and who said yes to this. That's what I don't get.
I talked to a couple of Republicans today who didn't want to be quoted, who said it was one of the most embarrassing things they've seen. And when they saw the video, they all just put their hand in their head. Now, as far as the Andy Barr thing, Bevin cannot use his official office to campaign. Like it's a law. It is a law, and he broke it. Now, the punishment isn't bad, but for him to act like it's not a law, he knows he broke that law. He took it down. I don't know what he's whining about now. Now, switching gears to Kentucky's 6th District congressional race, it is drawing plenty of attention as it goes to the finish line. Democratic challenger Amy McGrath had a huge third quarter of fundraising. She raised over $3 million and far outpaced incumbent Amy McGrath. But both campaigns have about the same amount of money left going down the stretch, and they've spent millions of dollars in TV advertising. If you're watching this, you've seen a ton of them. But McGrath also has 20 field offices, one in every county in the district and 2 in Lexington. Some of her people say they think that's what'll make the difference. Now, Perrin, you don't live here, so you don't see these ads. They're everywhere. Do you think at this point anyone is left who doesn't know what's going on?
Unless you don't have cable. Unless you do, which a lot of people do around here, they probably don't know what's going on. But I mean, that's the way to get it done. You got to hit households, you got to hit homes, social media, but cable is a staple of this part of the state right here.
The money difference is huge. Normally, Republicans far outraise Democrats, but this election cycle, Democrats have outraised Republicans. I think what'll be interesting to see is, do the 20 county offices for Amy McGrath matter? Their theory is that's going to be the difference. We won't know until Election Day, but they believe their 20 offices to Andy Barr's 2 will be the difference. Now, switching gears to the 6th District race for a moment, we want to let you know about something that we're doing. We are holding a town hall this Sunday with Amy McGrath that will air next week. And we're looking for undecided voters or people who have a question for her to participate, come and ask questions of the candidate. Now, here's how you contact us. You can go to the Hey Kentucky Facebook page and leave a message. Email us at mcgrathtownhall@gmail.com, or you can call 859-259-1818. Leave your name and number, and we will let you know how you can participate. You can come on the show and ask Amy McGrath a question. Now, I want to be clear about something. We invited both Amy McGrath and Andy Barr to be part of this. Andy Barr turned us down. We offered him a debate. We offered him a town hall by himself. He turned down both of them. So we're having Amy McGrath because she said yes, but we want you to know we tried to invite Congressman Barr as well. Now, up next on Hey Kentucky, we'll hear some more from the newest group of UK basketball players. It's the lighter side of the Cats coming into next year right after this.